When you're authentic to who you are, everything else will fall in place. People are gonna love, they're gonna hate, but you never know who's watching.
Everything I do, I want it to be as original as can be.
Somebody did it like this, I'm gonna do it this much iller.
Who comes back and rescues himself?
This was our moment to let people know how we felt as a team.
We've revolutionized this game with our influence.
You and I have traveled to the far reaches of space. But something's different now. This is the end, my friend.
Got it!
What are your thoughts for the future?
I helped build the most magical place in the world.
What do you say we come in for my close-up now?
I always wanted to be part of something bigger.
I made it on my terms, not theirs.
Here's the twist.
Whoa! I'm in so much trouble, Mandy.
It's over.
You have no idea what's next.
We are gonna be more than they ever bargained for.
Babylon, rated R, now streaming on Paramount+.
Matias.
Del 2012 me impactan con dos balas. Me tiraron más de 30, 40 tiros. Dos individuos. Y cuando me percato de las piernas, pues tenía dos buenos rotos que me habían impactado una de las balas. Justamente el ingreso a la cárcel federal allí de Puerto Rico. Creo que gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Por eso estamos hoy en día aquí libres y sin deberle nada a nadie. Creo que fue necesario pasar por ese proceso.
Left uppercut by Matias. It's always been exciting and aggressive.
Pues mira, el 25 de febrero estaremos peleando, ¿verdad? Disputando el título vacante de la IBF contra el argentino Jeremías Ponce, un gran peleador, ¿verdad? Me gustaría enviar un mensaje a la división.
Matias versus Ponce on Showtime.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota, as Premier Boxing Champions presents our official weigh-in for tomorrow's exciting night of boxing from the Armory. It is all brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. We are going to begin our weigh-ins with our bouts featured on the Showtime Countdown Prelims starting at 5:45 p.m. local time, and that will be on the Showtime Sports YouTube channel. First up, we will start 4 rounds in the super lightweight division. Coming to the stage with a record of 3 wins, opposite of 4 defeats and 1 draw, out of Wapato, Washington, here is Margarito Hernandez. And now we welcome his opponent coming to the stage out of Linden, Michigan. His record undefeated, 2 victories, including 1 by knockout. Here is Mikael Spencer. And now first up onto our scales, once again, Margarito Hernandez. $140 for Hernandez. 140 pounds for Hernandez. And now we bring to the scales his opponent, Mikael Spencer. 139 for Spencer. 139 pounds for the undefeated Spencer. In the super lightweight division, our first bout on the Showtime Countdown prelims tomorrow night, Margarito Hernandez, Mikael Spencer. Now we continue to our next bout, 8 rounds in the welterweight division. Coming to the stage out of Burlington, North Carolina by way of Houston, Texas, with the record of 8 victories, including 5 by knockout. Opposite of 2 defeats, he is Willie Jones. And now we welcome his opponent, representing Orlando, Florida. His record undefeated, 10 victories, including 5 by knockout. Here is Derek Diesel Jackson. And now the first up onto the scales, once again, Willie Jones. .8, 147.8 for Jones. And now we welcome his opponent, the undefeated Derek Diesel Jackson. .149 on the dot, 149 for Jackson. Rounds in the welterweight division, Derek Diesel Jackson taking on Willie Jones. And now we move on to our welterweight division. And this bout is being promoted with TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, in association with Samson Boxing. Coming to the stage now out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, with 13 victories, including 12 wins by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats. Here is Vishon Owens. And now we welcome his opponent with a record of 18 victories, including 10 wins by knockout, opposite of 1 defeat. Fighting out of Uzbekistan, here is Kudratio Abdulkakarov. Now first up on to the scale, once again, Minneapolis' own Vishon Owens. .147 for Owens. And now we welcome to the scale once again, Kudratio Abdulkakarov. 146 on the dot, 146 on the dot for Abdu Kakarov. A welterweight bout featuring Kudratio Abdukakarov taking on Vishon Owens. And now we will turn things over to Showtime's own, the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you as Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in. And for our big night of action taking place tomorrow night at the Armory here in the beautiful city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's all brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime. And at this time, we present the official weigh-ins for our fighters airing on the Showtime Championship Boxing portion of our program, commencing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in the West, and that's 8 p.m. local here in Minnesota. At this time, we bring our fighters up to the stage for our opening attraction, super lightweights in action. At this time, here he is from Allentown, Pennsylvania. With a record of 17 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws, he has 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the durable and hard-hitting battler known as Blessed Hands, Joseph Adorno. And his opponent to the stage at this time from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. His record 13-1-1 with 12 knockouts. Here is the hard-hitting kid known as the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodríguez. And our fighter is just about ready to step onto the scale. Once again, super lightweights in action. Let's bring up first, with 14 knockouts in his 17 wins, the battle-ready contender, Blessed Hands, Joseph Adorno. £140, 140 for Joseph Adorno. And now his opponent with 12 knockouts in his 13 victories, the hard-hitting southpaw contender, the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodríguez. $139 3/4 pounds, 139 3/4 pounds for the Dominican Kid. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It opens up our Showtime Championship Boxing Super Lightweights, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled. The Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodríguez versus Blessed Hands, Joseph Adorno. And we're going to get a chance to hear from both of these fighters in this opening attraction. And to hear more from both of these fighters and an interview with them, please welcome the famed sportscaster, the popular host of Showtime Championship Boxing, the one and only Brian Custer.
Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Here with Joseph Adorno at the Battle of Puerto Rico going here. That was an intense stare-off. What'd you see when you looked in Elvis's eyes?
He's scared. He thinks I'm just a walkover and it's not gonna happen. You know, I'm a 135 pounder, but I came up to his weight just to prove that, you know, I can hang with the elites.
He's been known to have these spectacular type knockouts. What should we expect?
I'm knocking him out, that's it.
Fantastic. Joseph, best of luck. Elvis, Martin Bader will do the translation. You heard it. He said, listen, this fight boils down to either you get knocked out or he gets knocked out. Your thoughts?
Bueno, acá tu oponente dijo, o él me noquea o yo lo noqueo. Así es la cosa. ¿Qué opinas?
No, va a ser así mismo. Yo lo noqueo. Así mismo va a ser la cosa.
It's gonna be just like that, but I'm gonna be the one knocking him out.
Listen, you told us you're going to not only get a victory, but you said you want who next after this fight?
Bueno, si ganás esta pelea, ¿a quién querés como futuro rival?
Bueno, primeramente, concentrado 100% en esta pelea. Primero ganar esta pelea como se debe. Y luego, tú sabes, queremos buena pelea. ¿Por qué no el main event? Que el ganador del main event de este evento.
Well, first of all, I'm focused on this fight 100%. That's what I have to do, and that's my goal right now. But when I win this fight, how about taking on the winner of the main event?
Love it. By the way, you're known to strum that guitar after your fights. Will we see you strumming that guitar after this fight?
¿Te vamos a ver con la guitarra eléctrica ahí después de la pelea?
Claro. La guitarra va a sonar dura el sábado por la noche aquí en Minnesota.
It's going to be hard rock here in Minnesota on Saturday night.
Elvis Rodríguez, best of luck.
Elvis is in the building.
Elvis is in the building. Back to you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Brian Custer. Don't miss this action. Super lightweights attraction. Really, Puerto Rico versus the Dominican Republic in a great opening fight on Showtime Championship Boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in with a special attraction in the welterweight division. This bout is presented in association with Samson Boxing. Let's bring our fighters to the stage at this time. First, from Buenos Aires, Argentina. His record 18 wins, 1 loss with 13 wins. Coming by way of knockout, please welcome Alberto Palmetta. And we invite his opponent to the stage at this time. Certainly no stranger to the fans here in Minneapolis. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, the former WBA welterweight champion of the world, Jamal Shango James. It's time to bring our fighters to the scale at this time in this welterweight special attraction. We're scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. First to my left, a southpaw battler seeking his 13th consecutive win. Here is Alberto Palmetta. £147 for Alberto Palmetta. And his opponent with a record of 27-2 with 12 knockouts. Here is the popular former world champion, Jamal Shango James. £146 3/4 pounds, 146 3/4 pounds for the former world champion, Jamal James. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Another super competitive, close matchup, an important matchup as well. Jamal Shango James versus Alberto Beto Palmetta. Brian Custer has our fighters now. Once again, let's hear from both of them in this welterweight special attraction coming away tomorrow night live on Showtime Championship Boxing.
Thank you, Jimmy. We'll start with Alberto. So you're going to be fighting a guy in his hometown, taller than you are, probably have the reach advantage. How do you get a victory against those odds come Saturday?
Te vas a estar enfrentando a un rival que tiene más alcance, que es más alto y tiene el rol de favorito en esta pelea. ¿Cómo vas a hacer para ganar?
I'm going to win with passion, with confidence. I trust in my preparation, you know. I trust in my whole history in boxing, you know. I've been in the Olympic team for 8 years. I went to the Olympic. I faced the best boxer of the world. I was top 10 of the world in amateur, and now it's my time to make a statement in professional boxing, you know.
Listen, these fans here in Minneapolis obviously will be going for Jamal James. Do you think after Saturday night they're going to be fans of yours?
I hope so, you know. Also, I want to say that I congratulate Jamal James, you know, because I like the way that he supports his community. Boxing is not just about thinking yourself, you know. Boxing is about thinking others, you know, make others grow, and that make you champion, you know. So I hope that after Saturday, you know, Minnesota don't be too mad with me.
Alberto Palmetta, best of luck. Now here with Jamal James. Okay, in your hometown, right? But on Saturday, be the first time we've seen you in 16 months, longest layoff of your career. The last time we saw you, you took on a pressure fighter, right? Yeah. Saturday, you're taking on another pressure fighter. How do you prevent those odds from coming into play on Saturday night?
I mean, you know, all my fights I take on pressure fighters. So, you know, I just got to listen to my corner, man, and, you know, whatever instructions they tell me, got to go out there and do it.
How special is it, though, to be coming back and then be coming back in the hometown, knowing that you're going to have this kind of support for you come Saturday night?
No, it feels good, man. I think the people miss me, right? Y'all miss me or what? Now the people miss me. I'm ready, you know. We put in the work, and now I just want to give a great show.
Lastly, how important is this fight for Jamal James to get back to the top of the welterweight division?
It's very important, but every fight is very important. You know what I mean? You have to take every fight very serious. You can't overlook anybody. You know what I mean? No matter if you fight in your hometown or whatever, you know, don't underestimate anybody and go out there and leave everything in the ring, and that's what I intend to do. And I'm just glad that everybody was able to show up through the snowstorm. Said the storm was coming. I didn't mean for it to be that bad on y'all. But I'm glad, you know, my opponent showed up. I'm glad everybody else showed up safe. And it's going to be a great night for boxing.
There we go. Jamal James. Best of luck. Jimmy.
Tomorrow night, Showtime Championship Boxing. Jamal Shango James versus Alberto Beto Palmetta. All right, fans, here we go from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for the featured attraction of the evening. Brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, in association with Fresh Productions and Showtime Championship Boxing. Our main event features a showdown for the vacant IBF Junior Welterweight World title. We welcome the fighters to the stage at this time. First, from Buenos Aires, Argentina. From the Colonia de Jose Marmol in Buenos Aires, his record 30-0 with 20 knockouts. The undefeated IBF #1 ranked contender. Please welcome Jeremías Ponce. And his opponent hails from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. His record 18-1 with all 18 wins coming by way of knockout. The hard-hitting IBF #2 contender, El Orgullo de Maternillo, Subriel Matías. Let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. 140, this is going to be 140-pound weight limit, 12 rounds for the vacant IBF junior welterweight world title. To the scale at this time, he'll be making his first attempt at a world title. In his US and Showtime debut, here is the undefeated top contender, Jeremías Ponce. 139.5 pounds, 139.5 pounds for the number one ranked undefeated Jeremías Ponce. And now his opponent, also making his first attempt at a world title, the knockout-minded number 2 ranked contender. Here is El Orgullo de Maternillo, Subriel Matías. Matias weighs in at a ready 139.25 pounds, 139.25 pounds for Subriel Matías. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds. It's the main event for the vacant IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Subriel Matías versus Jeremías Ponce. Once again, Brian Custer here, ready to speak with both of our fighters for this, our main event of the evening.
Thank you, Jimmy. The Battle of Argentina. Man, this is going to be really, really good. Jeremías Ponce, unbeaten, making his U.S. debut, by the way, on Saturday. What do you think, people of Minneapolis, people who watch Showtime Championship Boxing, and Subriel Matías is going to find out when you get in the ring with him on Saturday?
Estás invicto y venís acá a debutar en Estados Unidos. ¿Qué esperás que la gente de Minneapolis descubra de Jeremías Ponce este sábado por la noche?
Yo quiero que descubran que vine a ganar, eso es lo que vine a hacer, no vine de paseo y bueno, lo van a ver en mañana.
I didn't come here on vacation. I want everyone to see that I'm here to win and to prove that I'm the best here.
Every last one of his victories have come by knockout. He told the press it's going to be a bloody war. What do you say?
Bueno, Subriel le dijo a la prensa que esta va a ser una guerra sangrienta. ¿Vos qué opinás? ¿Cómo va a ser esta pelea?
Yo creo que va a ser una pelea muy buena porque los dos venimos a ganar. Los dos tenemos las ganas de ganar y el estilo bastante similar, así que va a ser una muy buena pelea para que la vean.
It's going to be an outstanding fight for everybody. The fans are going to love it. We're both winners. We came here to win, and you're going to see an all-out bout.
Love the battle between Argentina, Puerto Rico. It has so much history. Give us your thoughts on that.
Bueno, la rivalidad entre Argentina y Puerto Rico tiene mucho historial. Contanos un poco tus sensaciones de protagonizar un capítulo nuevo de este clásico.
Muy contento, muy orgulloso porque es una gran pelea y bueno, espero con ansias mañana para poder hacer lo que trabajamos y salir victoriosos.
I'm very proud to write a new chapter on this rivalry, and I'm looking forward to showing everybody what Argentina can do inside the ring on Saturday night.
Does this fight go to distance?
¿Knockout o por puntos? ¿Qué crees que pasa en esta pelea?
Knockout.
There you have it. Best of luck, my friend. Absolutely. Jeremías Ponce. Now the pride of Puerto Rico, Subriel Matías. You just heard Jeremías. He said this fight's ending in a knockout, and you're going to be the one taking the loss. Your thoughts?
Recién lo escuchaste, Jeremías dijo knockout y que vas a besar la lona. ¿Qué opinas?
Yo tengo 30 años y hasta el momento no sé lo que es la lona, ¿no? pero creo que coincido en que va a ser knockout.
I'm 30 years old, and to this day, I don't know what the mat feels like. So you know what? I'm going to be the one knocking him out.
What would it mean to you to be a world champion?
¿Qué significaría para ti el ser campeón mundial?
Ahí está mi mamá y ella sabe las veces que yo le decía de chamaquito con 12, 13 años que iba a ser algún día campeón y que los ojos de ella lo vean. Creo que eso es más que satisfecho para mí.
Here's my mom, you know, and I told her ever since I was 12, 13 years old, that I was going to make her proud, that I was going to be a world champion. This is my chance.
Fantastic. You know, the one thing about you, Subriel Matías, I think why boxing fans love you, all of your wins have come by knockout. What would it mean to you to get a knockout and be a world champion all at the same time?
Todas tus victorias hasta ahora han sido por knockout. ¿Qué significaría para vos el que esta victoria de campeón mundial también sea por knockout?
Seguir mi racha de knockout creo que sería excitante para mí y creo que por ahí es que nos vamos.
It will be really exciting for me, and I think that's the way it's going.
Wow. Last but not least, give these fight fans your final comment on what they should expect when you step into the ring with Jeremías Ponce.
Mira las cámaras y decirle a la afición que te va a ver por televisión y en el Armory qué debería esperar este sábado por la noche de Subriel Matías.
Mañana 25 de febrero, este servidor que está aquí, el orgullo de Maternillo, gana por nocaut antes del 7.
I promise you all that I'm right here and I'm the pride of Maternillo, and the pride of Maternillo is going to win by knockout before the 7th round.
There you have it. Subriel Matías, Jeremías Ponce, the main event. Jimmy, back to you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the weigh-in for the Showtime Championship boxing portion of our event tomorrow night. But we continue now to weigh in 2 more fights on our big fight card taking place tomorrow night at the Armory. Once again, I pass the microphone over to my colleague, Miguel Flores.
When you're authentic to who you are, everything else will fall in place. People are gonna love, they're gonna hate, but you never know who's watching.
Everything I do, I want it to be as original as can be.
Somebody did it like this, I'm gonna do it this much iller. Who comes back and rescues himself?
This was our moment to let people know how we felt as a team.
We've revolutionized this game with our influence.
You and I have traveled to the far reaches of space. But something's different now. This is the end, my friend.
Got it!
What are your thoughts for the future?
I helped build the most magical place in the world.
What do you say we come in for my close-up now?
I always wanted to be part of something bigger.
I made it on my terms, not theirs.
Here's the twist.
Whoa! I'm in so much trouble, Mandy.
It's over.
You have no idea what's next.
We are going to be more than they ever bargained for.
Babylon, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Del 2012 me impactan con dos balas. Me tiraron más de 30, 40 tiros. 2 individuos. Y cuando me percato de las piernas, pues tenía dos buenos rotos que me habían impactado una de las balas. Justamente el ingreso a la cárcel federal allí de Puerto Rico. Creo que gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Por eso estamos hoy en día aquí libres y sin deberle nada a nadie. Creo que fue necesario pasar por ese proceso.
Left uppercut by Matias. It's always been exciting and aggressive.
Pues mira, el 25 de febrero estaremos peleando, ¿verdad? Disputando el título vacante de la IBF contra el argentino Jeremías Ponce, un gran peleador, ¿verdad? Me gustaría enviar un mensaje a la división.
Matias versus Ponce on Showtime.